Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. I think I'm a good. I think I'm a good distance away from the microphone, and I think I'm talking at a good, what do you call it? Decibel level, at a good volume. I'm trying. Oop. I'm trying to do better with the sound on here because I've been really terrible, and we're gonna retire this mic today because we have a new microphone that we got. And so this is going to be like a test episode because I haven't I haven't tried the new microphone yet. So I'm going to be doing the introduction with old faithful who has been here since the beginning. Isn't that right, girl? Sorry if you're listening, and this is picking up. I'm stroking the microphone. Yeah. So we're going to do the introduction with this one, and then we're going to do the new one and see if there's a difference. And I sure hope there is because this one is way more expensive. And I've seen a lot of the professionals using it, so hopefully it does make a difference. As far as the content today goes, I've been feeling kind of weird lately. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like weird. And I'm not depressed. I mean, I am a little bit. Aren't we all? I'm not like specifically depressed. I'm not like physically sick. I just feel like I'm overstimulated by everything and I just need my brain to turn off even though it usually is off. I just need my brain to turn off and relax. We're going to do some Am I the Asshole because we haven't done that in a long time. And these always make me feel better about myself. Because these people are usually pretty terrible. And the people in their lives are pretty terrible. So when I read these, I'm always like, man, you're doing okay. So we're going to do that. And that'll be that. So after the introduction song, which I'm about to play, we're going to switch microphones. So if you're listening right now, or you're watching, and you can tell a difference in the sound, please let me know. Or please let me know if the new one after the song, if it's like, if I'm too close or if I'm too far. I'm holding the microphone like 8 inches away from my face. And I'm not using the boom because I don't know if it'll fit on the new microphone or not. So I'm just going to... This is just a test episode. So if you don't want to listen, I understand it's not going to be that great. We're just going to do Am I the Asshole and call it a night. So happy Friday. Or no, Saturday, because this is Friday today. Happy whatever day you're listening to this fucking episode. And enjoy or don't. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We love you so. Your human buddy Sam and his teddy friend. This is hello. The song's almost over. It's about to end. Let's start the show. Cancel the podcast. And we're back. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold it farther away. This is really heavy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to... I'm going to just have to rest my wrist against the desk because I cannot hold this up for very long. This is very heavy. I like it. It looks professional. This is what the it's a Shure. It's called a Shure. I don't know if I'm allowed to. I'm not advertising it. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. We'll see. But a lot of the podcasters that I see, they use this. What's his face? Theo Vaughn. I always see him using these, so he knows what he's doing. As far as the stories that he tells, I don't know. I don't think he even knows what he's going to say. Yeah, I knew this one guy. We called him Capri Sun because what he would do is he would stick the Capri Sun straw through his urethra, and that's how he would pee. It was a great party trick. Kids would come over to his house and say, Capri Sun. I actually called him Capri Sun because I'm not gonna do anything else with that. So yeah, it's very nice. I want to thank the patrons, by the way. You guys, you did this. I met you halfway, actually. um, the goal was to eventually be able to afford a nicer microphone. The other one, that with the boom, the little, this thing, I think it's called the pop filter. With the boom, all of this and the mic, it was like $45-50. And I thought, all right, that's great, that's affordable. But you can tell the quality. And when I would listen to, early on, when I would listen to clips on Spotify, I would be like, man, this doesn't sound like professional. And so I wanted to get a nicer microphone. And when I wasn't sure if I was going to keep doing this, I was like, well, you don't need a new microphone. But then when I decided I was like, all right, keep going and get a better microphone. So thank you very much, patrons. This was, as far as I'm concerned, this was your doing. So that really means a lot. We're able to afford a nicer piece of equipment so that we sound better. So I'm hoping that it does. And this is plugged into the computer directly, but apparently it came with this thing where you plug it into the microphone, and then this plugs into like a mixer. But I'm not doing all of that. It kind of sucks because this was $250. $250, and this is like the lower model of the Shuers. Insane. And I didn't come with the boom. I have to buy the boom stand, or you can buy like a little tripod thing. So the bottom part here screws in to, we're going to get to Am I the Asshole, by the way, I promise. The bottom part screws into like a little tripod, and then you just set it on the desk. But I'm so animated, I'm afraid that I'm going to knock the tripod off. So I might have to get a boom and connect it to, the table, and then it'll just hang here. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I definitely can't hold it because it feels weird, and it is it is a heavy little bitch. Am I the asshole? Here we go. I just sorted by popular this week. I didn't read them. I just kind of saw the length. So hopefully we get some good ones. We'll do three. We'll do 3 or 4 depending on the time. I want to make this a quick one. This is just a little test throwaway episode. We're gonna hopefully it says the mic is on. All these little green lights. It has lights on it. All these little green lights means it's on. There's a little lock button, so I don't know what that is. And then by the way, I did kind of skim through the little booklet, so don't think that I'm that stupid. I didn't understand what I was looking at, because it was like, yeah, you can mute the microphone, you can do all this stuff, but I don't know why you would mute it. So, I guess if you have someone on your show that you need to be quiet, I don't know, whatever. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my... I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm trying to look at the audio levels so I don't blow it out, because I don't know how sensitive this thing is. Am I the asshole for telling my son he can't stay with me when I found out why his wife kicked him out? My daughter-in-law is pregnant with my first grandchild. She is suffering from placentia previa. She is on bed rest. It would be dangerous for her to have sex. So my asshole son decided that he should cheat. She found out and kicked him out of the house. He came to stay with us because Quote, she was having crazy pregnancy hormones. Every time he called her, they would fight. After a couple of days, we told him to go see if she calmed down. Her mom is staying with them, so we weren't worried about her. My wife called her to check in on her and found out the truth. I was very upset, as you should be. When he got home from work, I told him he needed to get out of my house. He wasn't someone I wanted to associate with at the moment, and it would be best if he wasn't near me. My wife tried to say that I was being too hard on him, that I should just give them a chance to work things out. I can't even look at him. I don't want such a stupid boy in my house. My wife and I are still fighting about it, but I am willing to die on this hill. First of all, your son is the asshole. 100%. He is the asshole. As far as you, not the asshole. I would say you're not the asshole because I know that you didn't raise your son like this, or you would be like cool with it. And your son he's an adult, and he made his decision to do this. And regardless of whether daughter-in-law is pregnant or not, he cheated, and that's an asshole move. So for you to feel like he should have a place to stay in your home, like a welcoming, sympathetic vibe, you can't pretend that you're not mad at him. And your wife, I'm gonna say I understand, because it's her son, so I understand where she's coming from, but your kid sucks, and I don't understand why the wife is angry at you, the dad, for being too hard on him, because you're not. These are like these are your values, and you don't value cheating, and you're in the right for that. But again, it's her son too, so I get why, she feels that way. But ultimately, I think that you're right, and you and your wife should definitely talk about having your son go somewhere else. Because if I knew that my son cheated on my daughter-in-law like this, I wouldn't be able to look at him, and I wouldn't be able to, like, I would feel like I was taking his side in a way. Like, oh, good morning, son. How's it going? You feeling like, what do you say to your kid? It's not like they had some kind of disagreement about anything else. It was like your son cheated on his wife, and you're housing him. And like I said, what do you say to him? What kind of conversations do you have? Because ultimately, it's going to be the daughter-in-law is going to have to decide what the hell she wants to do about this. If they need to go to therapy or whatever they need to do. But it sounds like every time he called her, they would fight. I'm going to have to say I would be taking the daughter-in-law's side with this, because I don't know. If you're cheating on your wife like that, it's tough to side with. So let's see what the other Reddit folks are saying. Not the asshole. Never the asshole for such integrity. Your son most definitely is, and his enabling mommy is as well. Kudos to you for doing the right thing. All right. Yeah. I can't believe original poster's wife is saying he's being too hard on his son, like his son isn't being too hard on his wife by cheating. Yeah, and the pregnant thing, that just adds a whole other layer right there. And oh, what an ugly one. So yeah, you're not the asshole, sir. Your son fucking sucks, and I'm sorry that he turned out this way. I hope that he and his wife make this better, whatever that may be. If it's a divorce, if it's therapy, and he changes his ways. Hopefully this was a one-time ordeal. All right, number 2. Am I the asshole for not forcing my son to rename his hamster? Uh-oh. So, to start this off, my son is 11 and has been begging for a family pet for a while. I finally gave in when I felt we were ready to take one on, and also when I felt he was ready for the responsibility that comes with one. I expected a dog or cat, but he really wanted a hamster. So we spent a little over a week prepping, helping him study hamster care, and dedicated a sizable spot in our living room for necessities and home. We finally get around to picking one out at the pet shop. He set on the name Sonic, but the lady ringing us up mentioned the one he picked out was a girl, and that she could get him a boy if he wanted. And he just lit up and said, "That's Amy." And that was that. We took Amy home. This was in March. My sister-in-law found out she was pregnant somewhere around that time, and last month they found out they were having a girl. Basically, what happened was they were picking out names, and one of the names they narrowed it down to had Amy as the middle name. I made a joke of something like, "Hey, we already have an Amy at our house," trying to be funny, but sister-in-law didn't think it was. I didn't think much about it at the time, but a couple of days later, she asked to come by to talk. Oh boy, I see where this is going. She, st- she started off by saying the joke I made was in bad taste. Okay. I apologized for it, and then she suggested I change the name. I told her I didn't think that would go over well with my son, and then she outright demanded it be changed, quote, whether he likes it or not, because she wasn't going to have a child share the same name with a hamster. Do I keep going here? I agreed to talk it over with my son to see what he thought, and of course he didn't want to. He even thought it was cool that his cousin would share her name with his hamster. Jesus. I tried convincing him to rename her Sonic even, or some other Sonic character, but he didn't want that. I explained how sister-in-law feels about this, and he felt a bit hurt because he thought he upset sister-in-law, but he really didn't want to change the name, and didn't understand why they couldn't just share it. I don't understand that either. I told sister-in-law that my son was set on Amy and she blew up. I'll admit I got a bit defensive and reacted poorly, but I essentially told her it wasn't a huge deal. It's not like anyone is going to make the connection, and by the time her child is old enough to know her name, Amy the hamster likely won't be around. She claimed it was embarrassing because she would always know the connection in her mind, to which I simply told her if it was such a strong reminder of a hamster, then maybe it wasn't a name she should use for her daughter. My brother has told me that I am being selfish for not forcing my son to pick another name. Sister-in-law obviously thinks I'm the asshole, and my mom has said the whole thing is childish. Am I the asshole? Yeah, your mom is right. This whole thing is childish. You are not the asshole. Your sister-in-law is fucking weird. Amy. Amy. That is Amy. You ever see Congo? Amy, want food. Amy, Amy. Uh, you you name it. Your kid is named after the monkey from Congo, huh? Holy shit! This woman is insane. The hamster is gonna be dead. Even all right. Even if you change the name, she's gonna know that the name was originally Amy. The connection is already there because it's already a thing. Why isn't that kind of fun anyway? Like, our dog, we have a dog, her name is Megatron. We call her Meg. Both of my brothers, I believe, dated Megs. And neither of them were like, I don't like this. This is weird. It's Meg. It's a name. How are you that? And then it's the middle name. It's the kid's middle name. Are you going to call your daughter Elizabeth Amy all the time? And it's the hamster. No one is going to make this a big deal. It was a joke. Like, oh, we already have an Amy. Haha, that was it. It was all done. It's not like he's going to say this every time he picks up the baby. Oh, we have a hamster named like, it was a throwaway joke. And I feel bad for this guy for saying that he feels bad. I made the joke in bad taste. No, you didn't. No, I apologize for it. I wouldn't have said sorry. I would have been laughing. I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, this is so stupid. Do you know how stupid this sounds right now? Are you really upset about this? Also, what do you have against the hamster? Do you hate the hamster? Do you hate animals? What do you have against Amy the hamster? Poor kid. And the kid thinks it's cool. Why wouldn't you think that? Like, why wouldn't you enjoy? Can you hear the ice cream man? There's an ice cream man going by. This is a perfect way to test the sensitivity of the microphone. World after all. Okay, I'm gonna sound crazy if that didn't pick up. The old microphone would have picked that up because it picks up like everything, but this one is supposed to only pick up like your voice, like whoever's like right near it. Anyway, not the asshole. Your sister in law is borderline insane. We're gonna see. Top comment: the life span of a hamster is 2 to 3 years. This problem will solve itself. Amy is also the middle name. It's not like that's the name of the child. Yeah. God damn. Like, what a fucking nut. What a crazy, crazy woman. How do you get mad at that? Not the asshole. We're gonna move on because we're gonna do one more because the two that I chose are kind of long. We're gonna do the shorter one. All right, number 3. Am I the asshole for making my daughter miss once-in-a-lifetime events, homecoming and senior prom, and delete all of her social media as punishment for bullying? Wow, that is a lot. Yesterday, I was informed that my daughter, Sam, was a part of a group of students who bullied another girl to the point that she had to switch schools. Oh, man. There was a racial aspect to the bullying, which came as a complete shock since my wife and I truly did our best to raise our 3 kids to be kind and honest individuals. I don't believe that a grounding and a confiscation of electronics is harsh enough for what Sam did, so I told Sam that she won't be allowed to participate in homecoming or attend senior prom. I also told her that she won't be getting a car for her 18th birthday either. Finally, I told her that she'll have to delete all her social media accounts with either me or her mother watching. Sam begged me to allow her to go to senior prom because it's a once-in-a-lifetime event and keep just her Instagram account because it had pictures going back years that weren't saved anywhere else. I told her that she shouldn't have been a racist bully. My parents are temporarily staying with us while their house is undergoing renovations. They agree that what Sam did was completely out of line and must be punished, but they think that making my daughter miss homecoming and senior prom and forcing her to delete her social media is far, far too harsh. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call you not the asshole. And I wish I could clap. This is good parenting. This is really good parenting. This poor girl, whatever happened, she switched schools. If it got that, I don't know what happened. She had to switch schools. That's bad. So, allowing your daughter to attend these things that this girl wasn't able to attend. I mean, she's probably going to be able to at her new school, but all her friends and everything that she had at this school, it's she's essentially missing out, I would say. And so I think that it's fair that your daughter miss out as well. As far as the social media thing, I I hope that her account is private if she's under 18. I'm assuming it is, and it's just for her friends and everything. I would say maybe let her like screenshot all the pictures first. I don't know how many pictures she has. She might have like thousands. But I would let her go back and save those because you don't know what's going to happen in life to where she might have a picture with like her best friend who maybe she passes away, or uh, again, maybe your daughter passes away, and you want those pictures. So I would allow her to maybe save those somewhere, like on her phone or whatever. Email them, but deleting the account, I would say that that's also a good idea. And the car thing, that's a privilege, baby, and you don't get a car now. You fucked up, and this is holding her accountable, and this is showing her how serious this is. I hope that she never does this again. And if doing all these drastic things is gonna help her um, understand how serious this is and the disappointment that her father has about it, I hope that she changes her ways, and I hope that she gets new friends, and that she's not associating with these other students. I know what it's like to be a kid and you get involved with. I mean, I didn't really bully anybody, but I've been with the group of people that maybe they talked about someone, like laughed at them, like, oh, blah blah blah, and you go along with it. But I personally, I never like singled out anybody and bullied to the point where it got like this. Um, that's really too bad about the kid who had to switch schools. So yeah, you're not the asshole. I think you're a good father for that. And the grandparents are gonna do that. They're gonna spoil their their grandkids and disagree with your parenting anytime they can. But I get it. It's their grandkid, and they're like, oh, but she should be able to go to homecoming. She should. It's prom, but in the end, it's just a fucking dance, and she's gonna have other memories that she can form. I didn't go to my prom. Look at me, I'm fine. No, but this is great. I really like this. This is fantastic, and she can use this to remember what she did. And I don't mean that to like hang it over her head for the rest of her life, like when if she ever has kids of her own, like, Mom, did you go to prom?" And she's like, "No, I didn't, because I was racist." But this could be a lesson that she passes down to her own kids, if something like this ever if we're even in existence by the time she has kids in 20-25 years. Yeah, not the asshole. Deleting social media is a that's a strong one, and that's a good one. But like I said, I would let her go back and save some pictures, because again, something happens and you don't have those pictures anymore, because you don't have physical pictures anymore. I don't think that kids now are they're not gonna have photo albums. It's all digital now, and once you delete them, they're gone. So maybe reconsider that. But I'm on board with all of this. Let her miss out the fun things, and remember what she did. All right, that's a really long comment I'm seeing. Okay, this is the way. Volunteering. Bonus points if it's a big sister program and the kid is the race of the girl she bullied. That's an interesting one. I kind of like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how if I don't did it say if the girl was in her grade? That shouldn't matter anyway. Yeah, doing like a big sister thing, I think would be really that would be really nice. And she's a kid, so her brain isn't fully developed yet, and it's good to mold it into something where she learns this kind of thing now, instead of later on, when it's when it's maybe too late, or she does something more serious and it's at work or something. And it's good that this happened in high school, when she's a minor, and she has plenty of time to change. And yes, there are rotten kids that grow up to be rotten adults, but if you're laying down the hammer on your kid like this now, that's gonna teach her a very valuable lesson. I'm just scrolling. These comments are like really, really long, so I don't want to. I agree. I agree with saving the pics. Oh, okay. Yeah, let her download the pics before you make her delete the Instagram. She doesn't have to. So she doesn't have to give up her only copy of important pics, but she loses the online presence. Hell yeah, yeah. She could get her account, do a new account after she's an adult and starting fresh. And maybe, I don't know, maybe the stuff on her account was like bullying too, so that would be also kind of bad, like, taking pictures of the student, or um maybe video of her making fun of the kid. Yeah. Asshole, asshole, asshole. I mean, not the asshole. Your kid is the asshole. But she's young. She's gonna. I think she's gonna change her ways. I'm gonna be positive about this. I think that this is a good little lesson for her. So I'm not gonna do the last one because the last one is really long, and I think I've been going for like 45 minutes. So I gotta get to editing this, and whoo, my hand. There's like, ooh, that was a lot. That was like lifting. Seriously, this thing weighs. This is a heavy, heavy boy. I hope that this worked. God, I hope this worked, or this entire episode is going to be a waste. There's like, there in the booklet there was like, you have to adjust the gain, and I don't know what that is, and I can't be looking that stuff up because I'm an idiot. I need like a sound person. Stu, you know anything about this? Hey! Watch your language there, Stuart. We don't talk like that on the Con Solo podcast. All right, that'll do it for us. I'm gonna get to editing and put this out by tomorrow morning, and hopefully, if the sound is awful, I'm just gonna use the first half of the clip and of with the bad microphone, and just have this be a 2 or 3 minute episode, and then I'll explain what happened next week. So yeah, thank you very much to the patrons. This was you, and I hope that it did you proud, and that it really means a lot to have just support in general. But oh, my hand, but financial support is just a whole other absurd level, and yeah, really, really means a lot. So that'll do it, Mr. Stu. Is there anything you'd like to add? Yeah, you can use the old microphone. We can put a little stand there for you. Hey, do you hear the ice cream man again? Ding 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 ding. Do 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 do. Oh, he changed it a little bit. Can you? I hope that it's picking up because it's the ice cream man. He's outside. He's doing Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Anyway, if you go out this weekend and you buy a hamster, don't name it Amy. And if you go out this weekend and you just go shopping and you use a shopping cart, uh, do me a favor and put it back in the cart return, because you're a good person. I know you are. We'll see you next week.